Hello, gay people. Welcome to episode 17 of Kings on the Aux, the podcast where drag kings talk music and gender performance. I'm your host, Caius Crow, also known as Ben. Before I introduce my next guest, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. This episode is coming 1 week and 1 day later than I had planned. And that week delay wasn't a surprise to me because I'm in a master's program, so April is one of the most intense months of the year for me work-wise. But I'm going to talk about that extra day because I wonder if it might be a teachable moment for any newer or aspiring podcasters. The thing about producing a podcast solo for about a year and a half, when you don't come from a media production background or work with professional equipment, is that your personal laptop that got you through an English degree will run out of storage space. And that's what happened. I had to stop and scramble to back up several previous episodes onto flash drives and cloud storage because I did not have enough memory to continue manipulating the files that would go into this episode. And by the time you're listening to this, I will probably have in my hands the high-capacity jump drive I bought to fix this problem more long-term. I really should have seen this coming, but the lesson here is plan ahead. Figure out where and how you're going to store your project files before you finish a full season of your show. I hope somebody listening can at least learn from my mistakes. For this episode, I was very happy to speak with Himbo. He was Mixed Congeniality of Mixed Zephyr Season 3, and more recently a competitor on Kingpin Season 2. He's known as a talented costume designer and sewist, and being the brain and hands behind Himboas. Himbo will always have a special place in my heart because the first time I went to a bar for a drag show, he was performing. This was at Rider Slowly and Pineapple Honeydew's casting call back in July 2022. It was very early in his career, I think his second performance ever maybe, and he was wearing a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure inspired look that I later learned he made himself. Seeing him that night is still one of my strongest impressions from my first experience in the drag scene. So, talking to him now, after we've known each other for years and the Cleveland scene has changed so much, was really delightful for me. And still, in keeping with this podcast, very educational. In our interview, we focused on his performance of Fiend by Travis Scott, an alt-rap number with zombie and horror influences. But that opened up so many larger questions about drag as art and drag as entertainment, plus that overarching himbo experience of just waiting to hear what he'll say next. Take a listen. I remember the first time I saw you do this one was at Marquis Gaylord's Manor of the Macabre. So you've had this one for a little while. So I'm just wondering, what was your original inspiration and concept for this number?
Oh, I love this question. So this song came out on his Utopia album. And I liked Travis when he started. Obviously there's controversy, and then I didn't really like his last couple albums. I was like, I'm kind of falling off here. But then I listened to this one, and I was like, wow, this song Fiend is like, it's so energetic. It's kind of like, I love when a lot of creatives, and especially in the hip hop and rap scene, will go more alternative. And so many people are afraid to go into that creativity of, alternative rap or that genre. So I really just fell in love with that song. And Kneel Down, he is a king and in the Cleveland scene, and I don't see enough of him, but he did this performance at, I think it was a Marquis Gaylord show, of course, where he's always at the scene of the crime.
He's always gathering all the freaks, yeah.
He really is. And he was just eating something out of a mannequin body.
He was eating organs, yeah.
Yeah, it was, when I tell you, it changed me. Like, I looked up and said, Father. You know, it was such an
Yes.
awesome number. And I felt like it just like kind of woke something in me.
Mhm.
So I knew that with this song about like the word fiend, how you're just like craving something, it's like insatiable. You got to keep going, got to keep going. I was like, let's just eat something out of a body. Like that's just
Yeah.
kind of fierce. And Neil's performance is so good. I'm like, Neil, I gotta borrow this. I gotta do this. It's like this is, and it was coming at a time in my drag where I just got done doing Mix Zephyr season 3.
Hmm.
And I felt like my drag was at a point where I felt like I needed to do something different and more creative and kind of just go for it because I wanted to. I really wanted to be better. I wanted to realize more of, I wanted to do the next step into where I am now.
Yeah.
And so I got this oil paint makeup palette and I was like, I'm going to paint myself purple, pink, whatever color hue it was. Let's use some pop art zombie makeup and let's just eat stuff out of a corpse.
Yes.
Actually, no, that one wasn't the corpse. I was eating off a plate
Yes.
of uncooked cinnamon rolls with red food coloring, so they looked like organs.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, but the corpse ended up coming in later when I performed it. Like, I think it was at Marquis' birthday show,
Mm.
or the Halloween one. I can't remember. Maybe it's the same thing. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I mean, his birthday is right around Halloween, so.
It is. It probably, I think it was like a double themed event. And I was like, no, like I've done this before. Let's go the next step. So I ended up doing a version of Fiend that is a DJ made an intro, like an extended intro, but it kind of had like an electric guitar feel to it.
Hmm.
And I just really liked it. So I did a little intro and then with Fiend, I think the first time I did it, I'll never get to that level of cool ever again. The first time I ever did Fiend at Studio West, may it rest in peace,
R.I.P.
RIP, I actually crawled underneath the stage. I had
I
Marquis.
remember that. He
Yeah, so
distracted the crowd. You got
I
into position, and then
like
yeah.
I crawled out from underneath the stage, and I don't think I'll ever get to that point ever again. My magnum opus too early in my career. So yeah, and then I was like, okay, I gotta do another cool intro because I feel like it like has to be a thing. It's like in Scream, you have to have a fake out or like a crazy death in the beginning of the movie of
Hmm.
Scream. So it's like I get this, like I gotta do something cool. So I hide and then I come out in like a back bend and start walking.
Yeah.
And then the most recent time I did Fiend was Halloween of, I don't remember, maybe 24, where I'm at Zephyr. And the thing with Zephyr, it's in a college town. So I'm
Yes.
like, one, these people are gonna tip down, but two, what's a song that college guys, everyone, the frat people know? And I'm like, Lil Uzi Vert. I just want to rock. Like I
Yeah.
love that song. And I was like, okay, there's a mix where people do I just want to rock and then into Fiend. I was like, I can do something cool. Do something really cool. And I kind of did a little bit of the hiding come out in a really weird way to the song, but I just want to rock. And then
Hmm.
with Zephyr, the stage is outside. So it's like
Yes.
tiered platforms that are like stairs.
Hmm.
I guess that's how to describe it.
Concrete.
Concrete too. Concrete. Don't do splits out there. Messed up my knees bad.
Oh.
And so I just want to rock, rock, rock. And then it's like get into like the damn. It's like elongated. And then and
Hmm.
you hear the beginning of Fiend. And I go into a back bend. And I do like a back bend walk, like all possessed and shit, down the stairs of Zephyr.
That's scary. Wow.
I, I'm happy my health insurance has never seen my drag, or I
Hmm.
feel like they would raise my premiums. And but also stretch. Anyone
Yes.
listening, stretch before you perform so you don't
Correct.
hurt yourself. And yeah, I feel like with a lot of songs that really inspire me, especially a song like that where it's kind of out there, it's very fun, but it's like, what is himbo? What do I like? And I love to go dancing. I love to party. I love to just go out to say twist. I will
Hmm.
go out by myself. Even though it's like an hour drive from where I live, I'll go
Right.
twist by myself. and make friends there, or go with some friends and just dance the night away, come back home at 3 a.m., go to sleep, and then wake up the next morning. That's what I really love to do. And I want my drag to reflect that. And that's something
Yes.
I turned 21. Now I'm able to go to these spaces, and I want my drag to reflect my interests and my passions, because when I'm enjoying my drag and I look like I'm having fun, the audience is going to love it. And that's kind of what that song kind of represented. The start of that journey into figuring out more of my drag was kind of that song and that performance.
That's amazing. Yeah, I really love hearing how it comes together, how it's like it's both this step into like getting more alternative and more gory with it, but it's also like a really natural reflection of your taste in music and your like party boy persona. Yeah. You mentioned just now that you have like a longer version, like a mixed version of this, and you said about part of that is because the venue is bigger, but I'd like to focus in on that for a moment. What made you realize, oh, I need a longer version for this on a practical level?
I think the biggest thing is when you pick a song is the venue.
Hmm.
Where am I at? So you could be at what's like a smaller Dunlap's Corner bar.
Yeah.
You could go there and it's like the stage and there's like 20 tables at most. You know what I mean? It's a smaller venue that holds less people. So, you don't want to be up there for super long. And one thing I need to work on with my drag is just being able to like command the stage while not dancing. And it's like, oh, you can have downtime in a song and not be like trying to throw a split?
Hmm.
So that's one thing I need to work on. And especially like with places like that, a smaller venue, I try to like have my, numbers be a little bit on like not short, but not like, okay, you're doing a 6 minute number and it's like five people and the dog are there. So, it is one of those things where it just depends on the venue. Like I did a brunch recently at Funny Bone Comedy Club in the Flats. I did a number there and they had to be like around 7 minutes because I'm walking to Timbuktu and back to the other side of the stage for the audience.
Yeah, you have to get all
Um,
your money.
I got to get my coins. I got to pay off these loans. And it's just like it just depends on the venue. Like I've done School of Rocky in Kent. I used to do those shows, and it's an auditorium. It's huge. Like you got to do something over 5, 6 minutes because I'm trying to get to everybody in the crowd. I'm trying to get on and off the stage. I'm trying to do whatever I'm doing there. Those gigs were fun. I just do sorely miss those gigs a lot. But yeah, it just depends on the venue and like what you're doing. It's just kind of like what's the vibe?
Yeah. No, and I think that that's so important because maybe not all, especially like not all newer performers think about that. It's such a frequently asked question of like how long should a mix be? And I think that I mean obviously the answer one way or the other is going to be it depends.
Yes.
But I think that when people are talking like, oh yeah, like 3 to 5 minutes is usually going to be like a pretty good sweet spot, but that is going to vary depending on how big is the room, how much floor do you have to cross?
Yes.
Because,
But it
yeah,
also is like think of like where like what event it is. Like if you're at the what is it now? The
cloudy with a
Cloudy with a
chance,
Chance
yeah.
the open stage. If you got 50 performers there and the on the bar side of no class,
There were like 20 people sometimes at Black Mass Open
and I'm
Stage,
like,
yeah.
please tell me they're all doing like 5 minutes max songs because I gotta work the next morning. It's a Sunday
Yeah,
night.
like,
I
girl.
can't do that. And it's like, just keep, there's so many factors that go into it, but also here's the most important thing. Can you entertain the audience for that long? Can you do a song that you feel like you can enjoy and entertain people? Because that's what we're really here to do is entertain. That's the number one thing. So it just kind of depends, like, are you able to pull it off? Like if you can do, I've seen someone do an 8 minute number and I was captivated for
Hmm.
8 minutes straight, but I can't do that and I'm not going to do that. So so I'm just not going to deal with that. Um, put yourself in a situation where you can thrive. Do that. Yeah.
Yes, I like that. And I do it is sounding like so much of it is coming back to like knowing yourself, like knowing what your stage presence is and what it can do, knowing what you like and who your character is and what music is going to best represent that, yes.
Yes. And I mean, for me, like, shoot, I don't even know what's going on. I started drag too early where I didn't really understand because I didn't even I wasn't even done with high school when I started drag because I was
You
like
weren't?
18.
What?
No, I literally
I
had
didn't know
like, I
that.
had not
Like the
graduated.
first
Yes,
time the first time I saw you at casting call, you were in high school?
my first ever casting call, like early May of 22. I was still in high school. Yes, I was in
Whoa.
high school, but I was also taking college classes. So
Right, yeah.
I,
Oh yeah, I did that too,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, I was, but still in high school, still in
Right.
high school. So like, I didn't know myself. And even until now, like, I still don't know myself. And I feel like my drag's always changing and evolving, but it's like, it's not anyone else's business or prerogative what I'm doing. It's like I'll figure it out when I get there. And that's
Hmm.
kind of horrifying to say out loud because it's like everyone's like, I want you to be polished, elevated, fierce. It's like, yeah, I can be fierce, but I'm gonna still keep changing because I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing after this. And I have plans, and I'm still like, do I want to do it?
Yeah.
I feel like my drag's always changing, and now that I'm kind of getting into what I like and kind of understanding a little bit more of myself, my drag will continue to get refined. So yeah.
Yeah, no. I can relate to that where I feel like for like the first probably like the first year and a half, 2 years of drag, I felt like I was like throwing spaghetti at the wall. And then, at maybe
Yes.
after that I was able to like, okay, like what did stick? What feels good for me? What are people positively responding to? And then I'm gonna do more of that. Like it was so much
Yes.
the experimenting in public is so, so scary, honestly.
It's evil. It's evil, sick and twisted, no transitioner. Like it's so experimenting where you are presenting yourself as a final product, but you're still like, yeah, no, I'm kind of just like messing around. Like but it's like you gotta like present yourself as like, yes, final product is
Yes.
it's spooky. It really
Yeah.
is, but it's fun. It really is because you can look back and see where you were and where you are now.
Hmm.
Like I look back, I'm like, no, you were literally just wearing foundation and eyeliner. Like that's all I was doing for a while. And I'm like, what was I
Yeah.
doing? But I understand from where I was and I have appreciation for
Hmm.
who that boy was and what this crazy whatever the hell I do now is. And it's kind of cool to reflect, look back and think about all the really crazy performances you did that keep you up at night. So there's that too.
Yes. No, that you're so right. That is like the positive flip side of it is on the one hand, it's horrifying to me that so many people saw the first 2 years of my drag. On the other hand, though,
Well, yes. Well,
on the
yes.
other hand, though, unfortunately, it is out in the world, but the benefit of it being out in the world is that I can look back at those pictures and think, how much better do I look now?
Or other people look back and like, wow, you really improved. And like, I like when people are like, oh, like I was there for when you started like years ago, and I see you now, and I'm so impressed. And I'm like, that's such a big compliment because I feel like one thing that is really missing a lot, especially in the drag scene, is the willingness to improve and the willingness to not be comfortable with what's going on. Because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like comfort creates a sense of, I don't want to say security, but a sense of, stagnation that I
Yeah.
see a lot. It's like, I'm comfortable with this, which is great. But you should always, in a very healthy way, look at yourself, go, what can I change? What can I improve? Because I feel like you should always be climbing, always be trying to chase a new, higher form of you to always be better and always improve yourself, but also go at that with grace of I'm human, I make mistakes, or I'm human and things are not where they need to be, but they will be. But I
Yes.
think that a really big thing is just people are too comfortable with
Yes.
either their makeup, their performance style, their costumes, and it takes time to improve everything. But I just feel like, especially with me, like I've grown to be more comfortable, but I'm not like I'm set. I'm set. Everything's good. I'm so comfortable with everything. No, like I can improve my sewing skills or my eyeliner because shit, I've been doing that for like 3 years and it's still suspicious. No, anyone here's like, I'm always afraid someone's gonna come up to me and like just stare at my eyeliner. It's like, whoa, back up.
Yeah.
Thank God no one does that. But
Yeah.
when the day it happens, when this get releases and someone comes up to me and does that, on site. No way in hell.
It's reassuring to know that most people are not going to be like, 3 feet away from you. Like your makeup is going to be most often seen like 10 plus feet
Yes.
away. And that's a
No,
godsend.
sometimes I like last night I came home from I was dancing at Perf. The DJs are all phenomenal. Like it's such a good party. The showrunner Joey is phenomenal. He puts on a great party. And I was dancing all night. So obviously I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired. Come
Mhm.
home and I'm like, oh my God. I look in the mirror up close, I'm like, oh my God, my makeup chopped. Oh, you rubbed your face? I can tell. Oh, your lips were getting dry because there was paint on it for like 4 hours straight. Death sentence. Like no, like it's stuff like that where I'm like, oh my God. But once I like step like at a normal pace back, like my own personal bubble space back, I'm like, oh, I look
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I was not employee a month at the chop shop. Like everything's okay. Like life
Yes.
is okay. It drag. Makeup crazy. You know
Hmm.
what?
Hmm.
Flash photography only and 3 feet back.
Yes. Correct. We need to enforce that at all the shows. Correct.
Unless I just put the makeup on. If I
Yes.
just put it on, you can get as close as you want. But
Exactly. Exactly.
at the end of
Zoom
the night, if I've
in.
been dancing, zoom in when I first start.
Zoom
But
in
if
like on
it's
just the eyes and like look how clean and
yeah,
perfect it is right now.
yes. But then after two performances, I'm gonna need my space. I'm gonna need my
Yes.
space.
Correct. Correct. I would like to ask you a couple more questions about the mix. You mentioned just now that like part of what you were thinking about is like, oh, what is this college crowd going to know? Which I think is very smart. Playing to your audience is finding that overlap of what the audience likes and what you like is really important.
It's so hard. It is so difficult because I know one thing I struggled with is brunch gigs. Because
Mm,
I'm out here trying to do like, I don't even know, like nighttime music in the daytime.
yeah.
And the brunch gigs, it's Becky with the good hair and Glinda trying to get drunk off mimosas at 2 p.m. on a Sunday. Because it's Sunday fun day. And
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't be doing the worm off a pretend line of flour that is supposed to look like a substance. I can't be doing that on 2 p.m. on a Sunday to Charlie XCX 365. I can't be doing that.
I
So I
mean,
will.
I really like
Um,
that number. I would love it if I saw you doing that at 2 p.m., but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not always at
I
brunch.
would
Maybe I'm not the
too.
person tipping down at
I would
brunch. So,
see that's what I'm saying. Like the person tipping down at brunch is I'm doing what's that brunch song I'm like dying to do? It's I Want Your Love with Chic, the producer's Nile, I think, and Lady Gaga.
yes.
Oh my God, that is the brunch songs of all brunch songs. To anyone
Hmm.
listening, do that song at a brunch. They will tip you down. But yeah, it's just like it's stuff like that. And one thing I do also want to say, like especially with drag too, it, it's one of those things where there's a lot of differences in each performance, and it's just kind of like where you are and like who's gonna be there. Like I said, like Zephyr, I'm gonna do I Want to Rock because everyone at Kent is probably a student, a former student, or they, it's just like that's the demographic of the area. But I'm not
Hmm.
gonna do I Just Want to Rock and Fiend at like cocktails in Akron because they're gonna go, who are you? Why are you here? What's a
Hmm.
drag king? Oh.
What's a? That's the question. That's
No,
not your problem.
they're sweet there. No, they're sweet there. They actually no. What's crazy is I thought I was gonna go into a space and they were not gonna like me, and they really they were super cool. So
Oh, that's
even though
nice.
yeah, even though I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like it's gonna go so badly. No, it did not go bad. It was a good time. But it's just where you are, know your audience, and but also too like one thing that I really struggled with is there's some songs that I really love because I grew up with them. And I'm one person who I have a really strong belief in separating art from artists because I think they exist at different spaces in time. And I know that's like it's very like you either support that or you don't, and either way, I completely get it. Like I fully understand if you're like I can't do that. No, I get it too. I get it.
Hmm.
So it just kind of like it just depends on like the audience, who's perceiving your music, what background, because I come from a mixed household upbringing. So I grew up with, in 2003 baby, I grew up with like Kanye, Chris Brown, Miss Lauryn Hill, a lot of, very talented artists. But then it's like you look back and it's like, okay, well, Kanye,
Yeah.
what? Come on. Come
Yeah.
on. Like, I can't even, like, I'm pissed off because when I
Because
was younger,
you
like,
have all
yeah, he
this
was,
good material that now you have to leave it on the table.
yeah, it's like I want to do a burlesque performance of flashing lights because I'm like, no man should be that cunty in a song. But I also don't want to be doing Kanye, stuff like that. It's
Right.
like I don't want to be putting that out there. But I'm like, God, this song's so good. And I
Oh.
remember like very young in my formative years of like hearing that song super late at night, coming home from like a basketball game with my dad. Like, that song has, that a lot of his music has such good memories for me. But I'm like, no, I actually despise that man. I hate seeing realtors and it's like, oh, like you're not a good person.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's just not a fan. It's really hard to see. Especially like you think of people who, especially like me doing like Travis Scott and like the Astroworld incident and stuff like that. It's like, no, like I simply don't support that, especially with on certain songs of him, he's not paying producers correctly or paying his features. No, I no, I will never defend that man's personality or his actions. I say his music's good. His art is cool. But
Mm.
I'm not going to defend that man. Say he makes good stuff. I will never defend a person at all if they don't align with me. It's treat
Right.
everyone you want to be treated, pay your people right. End of
Right.
story.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's one take I always have with music too.
Yes. Now the advantage, even though, yes, like especially with some artists, it can become a complicated situation. But on the most basic level, the advantage is when you're doing it as a drag performance, you are profiting. It's very nice
Yes,
that you're getting that money and you're not having to give it to someone you maybe don't support.
exactly, exactly. I'm not donating my tips to Travis Scott. Like,
No.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's one thing I was really nervous when I did that song is I'm like, yeah, like there was the incidents. There are issues that man has caused. I'm like, are people gonna think I fully support that? I'm like, no, because I'm a reasonable human being. I'm not gonna support that. But I think the
Mhm.
song is a really cool drag experience that I don't think a lot of people thought of or would necessarily do. Like, who's doing Travis Scott at a drag show?
And it's like you said, where it's so cool that it like all of the different sonic elements that are in it, where it is like it's a rap song, it's a trap song, but it also has this like edgy alternative like instrumentation to it. Like
Yes.
it's experimental in a fun way.
Yes, I would agree. I would fully agree.
When I was listening to your like 5 minute version of this that brings in Just Wanna Rock, like it was so cool to me that the way the like music, the like electronic music in the like introductions of both of them, they flow so smoothly into each other. What do you remember?
Yes.
Like, I remember you said that like you were thinking about, you had the audience in mind. Do you remember what made you want to put both those songs together? Like how they clicked together for you?
Oh, see, I'm not even gonna take credit for that. I completely found someone had made one thing I love a mashup. I love a good
Oh yeah.
remix. It always brings me back, like I said, formative years and listening to the radio. My dad, too late at night, we're driving home, my dad and I, and there's like the remixes are playing on the radio, and it's like, oh my God. And I just one day I was just on YouTube and it said, I just want to rock X Fiend. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Don't play with me right now. This better be the best shit I've ever heard in my life. And it was.
Yes.
And it was. And I was like, this is the next evolution of this mix, this number. So I did it. I did it. And I was like, yeah, I fear. I fear. I don't know who the original DJ is. There's probably like 50,000 of them on YouTube who've all posted the same thing.
Hmm.
And it's good.
Yeah.
I fear.
Yeah, it is. I really like because they have like almost the exact same. There were those like really discordant, like high pitched chords where it's like it's almost like a pipe organ, but like really, really, really fucked up and like electronic. Like it has that same thing
Yes.
in both songs at the start.
Yes. And they kind of work really well together on top of each other because
Hmm.
they're like same family, but they may be cousins, but they just really work together, and I think that is really cool. And I just love combining, really two interesting alternative songs together, and I think it just worked. I think it just works really well.
You use it's I Just Wanna Rock and the first edition version of Fiend. Can you tell me why the first edition version is important to you, using that instead of the like more common like 3 minute version?
Yeah, so for me, I think the, Shaq West, unreleased version is really important because I think it just I I will say as much as I love Fiend, I think it's a great song. Playboy Cardi, I don't think that man can rap. I am not a Playboy Cardi fan at all. And he's like half the song. I know. I know.
Yeah.
And I just don't some artists I'm like I just like don't get the hype. And I don't. He's a successful artist. He has a really cool aesthetic and I think he really presents himself in a really interesting way. But do I like him? His music? No. Especially not as a person. And that's just you know what? I'm at peace with that. But I think that Shaq West breaks up the really the he just kind of like adds a little element of the song of this song's already hype. We've already said Fiend 50 times. Let me break that up and put out a really in a really cool verse into this, a really good feature. And I think
Yeah.
it just works really well in the song when it's in between the second and third chorus. There's
Mhm.
versions where it's like at the end as like an ending to the song. I don't think it belongs there
Right. I think
at
it's
all.
moved up here. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the second verse of
Yes.
Fiend, I think, in your
Yes.
version.
Yes. And I think that's really, I think it's important to break up the song, add something new. And then like how it's like him and Travis at the end, they're saying fiend together and like, whoa,
Whoa.
that's hype.
It's all coming together.
And it's like it's all coming together. And then it's like Fiend and it like pauses for a second. And then it invites, but what I think is cool is that little pause into the last chorus of Fiend invites a trick in a
Yes.
stunt, And I think
Yes.
it's cool. I think it works well with performance because it's like it literally tells you there's something coming. There is a
Yes.
stunt and shenanigans coming. Be aware.
Yes. You're
Uh,
holding your breath for a moment.
yes,
Yeah.
it's like I'm holding my breath as I'm saying, will I have to be carted off after the split? So just like stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I really like that. And like as you were talking about like moving up to the middle, that I'm thinking about like the structure and like where it comes in the mix, where it's like in the version where the like Shaq West feature is like moved up, it comes at like the 2/3 mark of
Hmm.
the like time elapsed. It's time for something to peak. It's time for something to
Yes.
like change and add interest, and then that sets
Yes.
you up to like finish it out. So yeah, like
Yes,
counting,
that's
thinking of
correct.
mixes and acts and fractions, very important, very important.
Yes, it's you gotta like be mindful
Hmm.
of where you are. Like, let's not blow the load like 1/3 into the damn song because it's like, okay, there's too much falling action
Or if you
and
do,
I'm
you
just
have to
laying
have
here
another
now.
load. That's the
Um,
thing.
yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes you gotta come twice. And you know what? Fierce. I and sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes there needs to be round two, and that's fine. But
Yeah.
there better be round two.
Right.
If it's too early, if you came too early. And that's okay. And that's okay. Just not at my damn drag show.
Right.
Uh, and that's just like really, I think, important is just to know like you can do a stunt here, and is that the best thing you can do? Because one thing when I
Hmm.
first started doing my numbers, I'm like, let's come out of the gate 100%. It's like, no, you can't give 100% for 4 minutes straight. You're gonna die, pass
Right.
away, move on to the
Right.
next life. So I think that it just kind of need to just know. I think knowing song structure and knowing like as an audience member, like think of like a roller coaster. You're
Hmm.
building up, you're building up. Okay, chorus first hit, you go down the decline. And it's like, okay, needs to be something else coming. And then, towards the end of the roller coaster, something cool happens. You're doing tricks or like about to die. I don't know. That's just like kind of important things to keep in mind, be mindful of.
Yes. Yes, and I think that becomes especially important because like you were talking about, there's a dramatic entrance for this number. If you are starting by crawling out from under the stage or walking in a back bend. Like you have set the bar high, and you need to
Yes.
know yourself and know like, okay, hey, how am I going to surpass that by the, like, 2/3 mark or the end mark.
Exactly. And that's why I was like, okay, I have this really cool entrance of, let's go back to my first performance where I'm crawling underneath the dusty, unexplored regions of Studio West 117. May it rest in peace. How am I going to top that?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about my performances, they will not be an ugly twink because they can be topped. So, 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 so I'm like, I need to do something cool, and in my performances, they are all beautiful twinks because they can be topped and
Mm-hmm.
the beginnings will be topped. And that's kind of how I kind of approach things. I'm like, okay, so if I'm going to be doing something crazy at the beginning, what can I do that's crazier? Yeah, let's just eat organs out of a mannequin.
Yeah.
Face first, too. Face first, no hands like a dog. Like a dog, stuff like that. So it's just kind of, you know, what stupid idea can I come up with next? Like, how can I
Yes.
do? Why am I doing Charlie XCX? Getting out? Why is he getting out a tarp while doing Charlie XCX? What is he doing?
I do remember wondering about the tarp when I was seeing you. That was because, yeah, that Charlie XCX number, that was at Kingpin, wasn't it? Where I was like,
Oh, the guy you
where's
covered.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
like, why does he have a tarp? Why does he have a bag of flour in his hand? What is going on here? Oh, he's doing the worm over. Yeah, and the tarp so he doesn't make a mess. Like that's just like
yes.
stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how can I top? Because that beginning of that number is just choreo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just choreography. Because the prompt was, okay, you need to entertain the judges and you need to make a good performance.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, okay, I'm doing choreo. How can I wrap up this choreo? How can we finish correctly?
Mm-hmm.
And it was doing the worm
Yeah.
over, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just so, it's absurd. It's absurd.
Yeah.
It's truly absurd because I'm like, if it was what it is pretending to be, you'd be dead. I think. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
I would think. So I'm like, it's just absurd and it's stupid and
Mm-hmm.
it's just in good fun, you
Mm-hmm.
know? It's never, don't take my drag seriously because shoot, my favorite songs, like 365 by Charlie, I'm like, drinking alcohol is much for me. I drink like once every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much for me. I'm never doing any of this other stuff. What are you crazy? I can barely do alcohol. So I'm like, it's just absurd for me.
Yeah.
Like I look back, I'm like, you're not that cool. You're not that cool. You're not doing that. You said you said bump that, and I didn't even know what that was when that song first. I was like, what is she bumping? Oh, I'm not that cool.
What is she
Well,
bumping? Oh my
what is
God.
she bumping? No, because I heard the song and I was like, did you say bumping that? What does that mean? I was like, oh, um, I'm like, I'm not that cool. I'm not. I wouldn't say it's necessarily cool to be under the influence, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that girl. I guess I'm
Mm-hmm.
just not that guy. But it, it's just like the absurdity of it, the
Yeah.
absurdity of eating organs out of a corpse. Because I don't know, I'm not a cannibal. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's absurd. It's like, why is he doing that?
Yeah.
He has to go and he has to go back in his car covered in blood and hopefully he doesn't get pulled over by a cop and have to explain what's going on, or go through the Taco Bell drive-through and having to look at the person going, "Hello, is that? Oh yeah, I'll take. Here's my car." And it's like the awkwardness of, do we address the elephant in the room? And I am the elephant in the room.
Please tell me you haven't been pulled over in drag. Has that?
No, I have not thankfully been pulled over in drag.
Okay. I was
Here's the one thing when I'm
scared.
in drag. One thing when I'm in drag, I have like the best driver in the world because like I cannot be pulled over in drag. Because one, I don't know this cop. Like anything with like getting pulled over in police, here's the thing. I grew up, I'm half black. I to enough people, I'm very obviously mixed. And especially, with how things are, I handle a steering wheel. I'm gonna let you know, oh, I'm breathing heavy because I'm nervous. I'm gonna let you know that because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no surprises here, you know. And I'm like, especially if I'm in drag with the landscape right now.
Mm-hmm.
I I I just don't want to get in that situation. I don't want to put myself. So I'm driving the speed limit. The blinker is on when I turn, and trust and believe. I don't want to get pulled over. Absolutely not.
Yes. Yes. But the
Absolutely
Taco
not.
Bell though. Taco Bell in drag is inevitable, sadly.
It's so, I don't think you understand. I feel so fierce going up to the window and it's like, address me. Address the elephant
Yes.
in the damn room.
What's your favorite interaction you've had with that sleep deprived, probably high Taco Bell employee that sees you in
Oh my
drag?
God. Um, well, last night I went to get my Taco Bell order of three spicy potato stuffed tacos, less sauce. Because
Hmm.
sometimes they just put too much sauce in that damn thing. I'm like,
And you want the
no,
sauce, but you
okay.
want less,
I
right?
like the sauce, but I don't want to like eat the taco and sauce is coming out the out like the other side of the taco. You have to clean it up. Thank God they have good napkins.
Yes.
Taco Bell does have some good napkins.
Yes.
But I'm like, simply, I don't want all that. And I just want a little bit of sauce. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna ask for a little bit of sauce. And that's all I get. I don't get a Baja Blast. I don't trust Mountain Dew. It's an unnatural color. It's a blasphemous color. So I don't trust Mountain Dew. No offense to anyone, actually offense to people who drink Mountain Dew. What are you doing? Um, so and but here's the thing. I want to tell you my favorite experience. So
Yes.
it is the end of Kingpin. I had just gone through Kingpin and I was like overworked. I'm taking 18 credit hours in call at my last semester of college. I'm making every single outfit I'm wearing on Kingpin. And it's the last night. I'm like, life is good. I'm done. This competition was a cool experience, but I am tired. And I'm
Hmm.
driving Ronnie Rath home. Okay. And very important thing, Ronnie Rath and I think Rizzer may have been in the car. I don't know. And I'm like, no, I dropped them off. My boyfriend's in the car with me. So we go to Sheetz and I look like hell. It's 3 a.m. And I'm waiting in line patiently for my mac and cheese bites from Sheetz
Hmm.
with and sprinkled with Cajun seasoning. Okay.
Hmm.
Wake that up. And then some frat guy comes up to me. He's like, "You look fucking cool as hell. Can we get a picture?" Yes, we're getting a picture.
Oh my
One thing
God.
about me and the one thing about me and the frat guys, they always want a picture. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, like this is so bizarre. Yes, let 100% we can get a picture.
That's so
I love when
cool.
people. I love when people are like, "Can we get a picture?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah," because I did this makeup. I look good. Yes,
You're
let's. I
literally a
look insane.
celebrity. Like,
I'm like sort of kind of famous, you know?
yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But and he's like, let's get a picture. And I'm like dead tired. Like I'm like, I am just done with this whole entire journey of Kingpin. I'm craving these damn they just called my number and you want a photo right now. You are lucky. I'm feeling confident and fierce right now. Because I want my damn mac and cheese bites and you were distracted. They're getting colder by the second. And we took the photo. And I think some of his other friends wanted a photo too. So we all took photos together. May they have a great night because they were nice. They were nice. I got my mac and cheese bites. I went home and yeah, it was really fun. The people in Kent, they're cool. They're cool.
Hmm.
Love Kent. It's awesome.
That's so nice. That's so wholesome. That's like the best interaction I've ever heard, especially with like frat guys in Kent specifically. That was the best option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to like here's the thing. I went to two frat parties in Kent. They were not fun. I did
Mhm.
not enjoy them as much as I was hoping. I was like, oh my God, college experience. No. I stopped at attempted robbery at one of them. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Oh my God, that was a whole that night was one of the most like malicious, evil, sick and twisted, malicious no miser night of my life. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But like, if they're out and about in Kent, I'm like in drag, I look insane. And they're like, this is cool as shit. And they're probably drunk. So it's like
Mhm.
everyone's having a good time. And I'm leaving the
Everybody.
party. I'm leaving the gig. I'm tired as hell.
Mhm.
So, it's kind of the vibe.
I have something else I want to ask you. You grew up like listening to like music on the radio as a kid and like this music being really important to you. What do you like about doing performances that are based on rap or hip hop in general?
Yeah, well, I think rap is a big part of American culture, especially like black culture, which is half my family. So it is really important to me to do songs that you like. It's number one to do things, well, caveat on that. Do songs you like, but do good songs.
Yeah.
But do good songs. If you like it, let's also think if it's a good song or not.
Hmm.
But for me, it's kind of like tapping into that playfulness and that intrigue that I have with music. Like
Mm-hmm.
I never grew up, I never played an instrument. I don't understand anything about music. I can count beats and that's about it. And I think that, certain songs really inspire me. Like, no, I am not, no, like I'm not a Kanye West fan as a person, but his music has inspired some of my drag because I think as an artist, just his art alone, some of it, I think a lot of it is very good. Some of it, I'm like, okay, get that. That's wrong. Like, no, like, what are you doing? Inexcusable stuff. But I think that you can take bits and pieces of everything that you
Mm-hmm.
see and put them into your drag. Like, I think when I hear the song Flashing Lights, I think of the color purple. I
Mm-hmm.
think of like a really pretty hue of purple. So in my club kid outfit, that's where that purple comes from, is that
Oh,
song
wow.
actually because it's a song I want to hear at the club is Flashing Lights because I feel like it's such a good, I don't want to say slower, but it's a really fun dance song. And I
Mm-hmm.
just really enjoy listening to it. And it reminds me of the color purple.
Yes.
So when I include purple into something, it's probably because that song influences that color and into that. And it's just stuff like that. Like it, it like growing up in like with a hip hop, my dad really loves hip hop and I grew up with a lot of that stuff. And I grew up with amazing music, listening to
Mm-hmm.
like Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Miss Lauryn Hill, Fugees. I'm trying to think of more Notorious B.I.G., 50 Cent, which I still want to do a 50 Cent song so bad. And 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 especially like now, like doing songs, kind of evolving that to where now it's like I like doing songs that kind of still play with that or still
Yeah.
kind of tap into that interest, that childhood interest. And even I still listen to that music now. Like
Yeah.
I think the best album of all time, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. If anyone
Mm.
listening to me wants to disagree with that, you can DM me and I will fight you. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that's the best album. If I want to be like a music snob and put my own taste and interests aside, I'm gonna say that's the best album ever created. And that's just something that I like to take into my drag and
Yeah.
my kind of aesthetic because I truly think nothing is original in the world.
Yeah.
Like, what's crazy is my chain boas that I'm working on. Early May, I'm gonna be opening commissions and releasing my chain boas. And what's funny is when I see Nothing's Original, I thought of that song. I thought of that because the chain boas, because I was going to do like a prison outfit, like Arkham Asylum prison outfit, like
Mm.
some goofy. And I had these big boas, and one of my good friends, Danielle, at me, I was like, hey, like, I thought of this really cool idea, and I just want to talk to them because they're phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And they had just started making their ring boas, like their Daniel Atme boas that were very similar. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my
How
God.
could two people have the same cool ass idea and I didn't even see what they were doing yet?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like truly nothing's original. And I think about that a lot. Like it eats at me that nothing like I'm like, yeah, as cool as I am, nothing I do is original. That's
Mm-hmm.
just art and life, you
Yeah.
know? But as long as you put your own spin and you're not copying someone, do whatever you want.
Right.
You're not using AI to create all your stuff. Like
Right.
let's yeah, like come on, like you're still human, you still have cool ideas. There's gonna be based off something else, you know? That's kind of what a lot of music really inspires a lot of the outfits and stuff I wear, but even my makeup. It's completely inspired by the art of Hirohiko Araki, who's the author of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes.
It People recognize that. Some people recognize that instantly. Some people don't know. Like, oh, you just do the lines as details on your face, but it's like, no, like these lines are from inspired by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. These lips are inspired by pop art when I do like the white kind of like details on the lip. A lot of I added white liner on stuff to really give the idea of like, like a neon sign, how
Mm-hmm.
it kind of is that white neon fluorescence, whatever chemical is used. Neon probably. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, neon, it's literally
Yeah.
the name.
We got
I
there.
fear all marathons are the same length. And it's stuff like that where it's like nothing is original, but how can you combine a bunch of unoriginal ideas and turn it into something original?
Yeah.
Because no one does a face like me in this scene. Maybe there's another drag king queen out there who does a similar face to me that I've not discovered yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fierce. That's fierce
Mm-hmm.
because we both have good taste, I guess.
Right.
But it's stuff like that. I put a bunch of unoriginal, copies of other people. made it into something original. And
Right.
that's distinctly me. And I think that's really important that, and I completely wear all of my references. If you want to say, where'd you get the idea from? There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you've done
You know what I
that
mean?
like half a dozen times in this interview. Like you are always citing your sources.
No, my sources are cited MLA format at the bottom of the damn paper. Like, it's just how it is. I feel like I don't understand not crediting other artists. Like, I don't care if they're like the worst artists on the face of the earth. Like, yeah, I hate Kanye West, but yet his music has still inspired one of my best outfits.
Hmm.
One of the color choices. It's just how it is.
Hmm.
It's you wear your inspirations and, say they're your inspirations. Don't be like, oh yeah, I just came up with this by myself. No, you didn't.
Hmm.
Nothing's original. So we both know you're lying. You know you're lying, and I know it too. So let's be honest. What inspires you? And I think
Yeah.
that's really beautiful of what inspires you. It could be the worst thing ever, but if you turn it into something awesome, then kudos, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, I think that's something that's so amazing about drag and about art in general is that you are constantly in dialogue with your contemporaries, with the artists who came before you. Like you are, and it's also just on like a practical level is that's a great way to learn because
Yes.
if you know who inspires you, you can ask them, okay, what are your inspirations? Now you have like a bunch more reading that you can do. You can go to other people's influences. Like you can it's can just be like a web that continues growing infinitely of all the artists who are talking to
Yes.
each other in the same and across different art forms.
Yes. And I think like especially actually you know what? I think I'm gonna spill some upcoming stuff, hint at some stuff when I want to talk about next, but it's like especially with your inspirations, like one of my outfits coming up is because I'm intermediately fluent in Japanese. I'm going after my certifications, and I've
Nice.
had such a big pleasure of learning Japanese. But that led into me getting into JoJo's, which led into my drag makeup. My next
Hmm.
outfit is I do a lot of listening practice. Recently, I did a listening practice of my Japanese level of fashion, of Japanese fashion. And one of my upcoming outfits is I'm going to cosplay Monokuma from Danganronpa. Whoever my
Nice.
insufferable people, anyone insufferable knows what I'm talking about because I'm also
Unfortunately, I know who
insufferable.
you're talking about.
Because
Yes.
no, because yes, and I want to do Monokuma, but I want to do it as a very Japanese inspired fashion because I was listening to this woman talk about it, and I was like, wow, these are very interesting. How it took influences from Japanese fashion, but also Western fashion, and kind of combined them, but really did it in a Japanese spin. I think it was really interesting how you know, influences come from cultures, inspirations of cultures. And especially like something like my chain boas I'm making, I want to do a little charm at the end. And the charms are inspired by also my depressed people out there who have all seen Neon Genesis Evangelion,
Yeah.
depressed and insufferable people too, to shout out. I think it's the fourth angel Ramiel, maybe. It's like a diamond and it opens up and shoots lasers.
Yeah.
That inspired my boa design of making like a geometric star
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So my inspirations come from different forms, and anime is also a really cool inspiration because shoot, I grew up Saturday morning cartoons on Cartoon Network. Next thing you know, there's Pokemon, Bakugan. It's really influential shows to me,
Yeah.
and I still do my influences to this day. Like I think that you just got to be open about it. Like
Hmm.
nothing you do is original. Just be open about it.
Yeah.
And especially with my new creative endeavors and my boa business and my sewing, it's like, yeah, like I do want to like if I ever got into like photo editing, I want to make a collage of like how my brain processes things and like do like a JPEG image of each thing and like
Yeah.
make like a really crude idea inspo picture so you see where I get my ideas from because I want people to understand nothing you do is original. My chain
Yes.
boas, I looked on Pinterest the other day, 50,000 people have already done it. I'm like, am I that special? You know, and a lot of other people have done it. So it's not like my cool idea that I got inspired by chain boa because I saw a guy at my gym doing dips, doing like a tricep workout with a chain on him to add extra weight. And I went, wait a minute, that's really fierce.
Yeah.
And I went, wait a minute, that should be a drag thing.
Yeah.
So I get inspired by the gym, then I get inspired by Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I make drag out of it. Like
And
it's
that's
it's,
your
it's
range.
crazy.
And that's your
And you know
range.
what? Range. And that's just like that's great. That's just a creative process for me. It's being inspired by stuff, music, artists, other artistry, and just things you see in real life. Like some guy doing a tricep workout with chains on him led to where I am now with what I'm sewing. It's just cool stuff like that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You have anticipated one of my questions because I wanted to talk to you about the himboas and your new
Oh, the
sewing
Himboas?
avenues. Yes. So, because I know that like
Yes.
when we talked like literal years ago, you were talking about how like yeah, you would make costume pieces for yourself and you were like really proud of like developing that skill. So, tell me about your sewing journey. How did you go from making things for yourself to selling your art to other performers?
Yeah, so I mean, it just kind of started. I learned to sew because it was available when I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma gave me her old sewing machine,
Aw.
and I just kind of like, and I was like, okay, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a costume. So I made a really suspicious Hellraiser pinhead costume, and it just kind of was like, okay, let's build on from there. And drag originally was like, I want to make costumes, and I want to like get a return on them so I can make more stuff and not be spending my own money.
Nice.
And it just kind of went from there. And I just kind of just kept on, I think the big break for me was actually one of my biggest failures is when I did Mix Zephyr. We had the Club Kid runway, and the runway I did, I'd sewn it all myself, but it was so terrible and so just god awful that I was like, I gotta do better. I gotta redo this. So I did. And that kind of like put me into a new space of, oh, I can make some cool stuff. And I think that really shocked a lot of people that I made something so different and so weird and so
Yeah.
cool. And then it just kind of, I just kept drawing. And then Danielle at me just kind of was like, well, I mean, and I was able to do like an apprenticeship under Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me new techniques, how to work with different fabrics, and like truly one of the best experiences I've ever had. And it just kind of, and she was like, this is how you make a boa. And I was like, okay, it's a pretty simple thing to make. It just takes a lot of damn time and a lot of
Yeah.
patience, a lot of patience. And, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to build up to where I can start making something that's really cool to me because anyone can make a tool boa. But I want to make something that's really like, this is himbo. Like, this is like a
Yes.
himbo, iconic himbo item. And for Danielle, it's those really cool boas that what are they? The
The
maces.
maces, yeah.
They're
Maces and
so like the
flails, yeah.
flails. I'm like David, like I text her all the time. Like, how the fuck can you be so cool? Like, it's like painful how cool she is as a person. It evil, evil, sick, and twisted. And it's like, how can I be as cool as you, but at the same time not be you? Because I don't want to ever copy someone else's work or copy anyone else. So I'm like, how can I be cool myself with
Mm-hmm.
my own interests?
Yeah.
So I think my next going forward with my drag, it's like that biggest failure of Club Kid remaking it. And I'm like, wait a minute, this was fun. Like this, I feel like I'm on the right track
Yeah.
with my drag. And that's just kind of where I'm at now. Like I want to make stuff that is, you're like, oh, Himbo made that. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just want someone to go, a drag diva be walking down the street and it's like, oh, Himbo made that. Like I love
Yeah.
seeing my stuff on other people. Like I love seeing a little bit of myself in other people, like on and someone using my stuff. I think
Yes.
it's so fulfilling to me. And that's just kind of like where I'm going now, And that could change. I mean, shoot, I don't know what's going on half the time in my life, but I'll figure it out. And that's just kind of the vibe I'm on. It's kind of the move.
Yes. That's so good. And I really like that sense of like learning from failure, like
Oh my
turning
God.
failure into like something that changes the trajectory of your life, like something that shows you where you can go next. That's amazing.
Because like I said, there's that I'm comfortable in my skin, but I'm not comfortable with everything. So I'm
Right.
like, I could improve that. But I always, give myself grace. I'm not like, oh, like chop ho of the month, you're never improving for that. It's like, no, I can improve. Okay,
Hmm.
I messed up. Okay,
Yes.
I can improve. I'm a different person than I was when I made that outfit. So it's just kind of like you got to learn from failure. If you are deficient in something, you know, don't be. Just
Yeah.
work at it till you're not deficient in
Hmm.
something. Become efficient,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of like where I'm at. I think like if your makeup's chopped, just work on it and
Hmm.
try and get to the point where you feel like, yes, like I look good. And if someone random's like, I love your makeup, that's what you look for. Is when someone unprovoked comes up to you and
Yeah.
compliments you. It's like, oh,
When they
maybe I
didn't
did
have to
something
say
right.
that. Exactly.
It's like I don't know you. Like someone at Twist was like, no, your makeup's so good. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Who are you? And thank you.
Hmm.
Because I was like, that's so sweet of you to come up to me, say something. And I'm like, I've never interacted with you. But I think that's so special. And I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path. Let's keep going. Let's make sure my eyeliner isn't suspicious, stuff like that. Or what did I do the one time? I wrote my own drag name backwards on my face
Hmm. So it
because
would
I
show
didn't
up right
understand
in the
how.
mirror. Yeah.
What should have right? No, what was it? No, it showed. I always forget how perspective works.
Hmm.
Because if I'm looking at you, obviously I'm raising my left hand right now, but to you, it looks like my right.
Right.
I think. Yeah,
It's
I
on
don't.
my right.
Maybe
It's on
maybe
the
it's everyone
right of my
else's.
field of vision. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So and I'm like, okay, so if I write my name backwards, it should look correct. No, that's not how mirrors work. And I just did it again last week when I went to the Slater show at Twist, and I wrote something on it backwards because I was like, oh, it's gonna look correct. No, you idiot. You are a himbo because that's how perception works. Okay. I was literally looking at it intentionally of what the viewer would look at it, and I still did it backwards. And
And
when whoever's listening to this, you can go to my page. I've already posted this photo. As of time of this releasing, this photo will have be released, and you cannot look. You'll notice it's painful. But I was like, I'm not buying a whole new shirt.
yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting fabric. Nope.
But you
It's
know
just gonna
what?
look like
And you
that.
know what? That can be part of the himbo brand. They will know that
No, it
you did
is.
that.
No, because I think one time I do slip really stupid mistakes into things on purpose because I think
Hmm.
it's funny.
Hmm.
One thing one thing about me is walk by the beat of my own drum, and I love doing stuff that only I'm gonna laugh at.
Hmm.
So sometimes I will do something on my makeup, like kind of like if you look at it, like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Like that's the point.
Hmm.
But no one ever says anything about it, so I'm just laughing at my own joke in the
Yeah.
corner looking maniacal. And that's okay. I'm at peace with
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And that's just life. That's the himbo
Hmm.
experience.
Hmm.
That's what you get when you put me on the flyer. Uh, and that's just like, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of on brand and just something dumb,
Yeah.
Like sometimes I said like, what did I tell someone like, oh, I think I wrote my H backwards. Like I think it's supposed to be like flipped and it's literally like a symmetrical shape. I'm like, yeah, I think I wrote my
I
H
wrote my
wrong on my
H
forehead and they just went
backwards.
with it. I wrote my H, I, and M backwards. Like the letters, like it's like you can write an E backwards, but you can't write an O backwards because it's symmetrical.
That's
And sometimes I just say something like that, and I don't think people like. I think people think I'm being serious, and I think it's really funny because it's like 11 o'clock at night, the gig's over, and I'm like, fuck, I just realized like I wrote my H incorrectly, like it's like backwards. Like, can you not tell? It's symmetrical.
that's
It's
so
like it's
funny.
not like a B and a D. I love doing that.
That's so good.
So stupid, and no one gets the joke but me. And now that people are hearing about the joke, pretend you don't get it because I think it's funnier.
Yes.
It's just stupid stuff like that. I just love doing.
That's so good. All right. I have one last question for you. I can recall several times in the past few years that you and I have bonded over that special kind of torture that you have mentioned that is doing drag while in college. Miserable, horrible. But you've
Oh my
graduated.
God.
In theory, you're free now. In
Yes.
theory.
The shackles are lifted.
Yes. The chains are broken. Yes.
The chains are broken.
Yes, yes. What advice do you have for performers who are still in that situation where they're in school and trying to do both?
The number one thing I think you should do, take school for school comes first.
Yeah.
Like Anya Nerve told me that very early in my career. School comes first. And I knew that, but it's good to like be validated by that.
Hmm.
Because we're in America and most of us are not on some like full ride scholarship. School is expensive
Hmm.
and you're paying money. You're investing in yourself. School comes first. Because if you fail that class, you got to take it again. You got to repay for it because they don't gaff. They
Yeah.
don't care. You got to take that again. And this is going to be shady, but there's a lot of people who don't take college first and do drag. It's like you do realize school comes first. Your
Yes.
education is more important than your drag. No shade. But you got to fall back on something. Let's say drag doesn't work out. You don't get on Drag Race. And let's say you're in Cleveland when unfortunately our scene is not the best for sustaining full-time drag performers,
Mm-hmm.
which sucks, but it's the truth. You need to have a job. You need to fall on your education to really get benefits, healthcare, insurance, basic necessities of life. You need to fall back on your education, or if you don't have an education, your job, your trade, your skill, your job that you go to, you need to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with school, a lot of people didn't take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important that you do because it's like you're paying for it and it's how you live. And drag will always be there. Drag is not going away. I don't care. I know right now there's that ban or whatever. Drag will never go away.
Mm-hmm.
Drag is queer art, it's expression, and drag will never go away from the world. But that education, that class that you may fail, will.
Yeah.
It will. Because you got to retake it and you got to go through that torture again. So just put your drag first. Like I can tell you how many times I've gone to the gig and let's say it was a long ass show. I've done my little Japanese. I've studied Japanese at the gig in full drag.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it on the way. I'll listen to some Japanese like podcasts or something on my way to the gig. And I've studied at the gig. Okay. I've
Yeah.
submitted my work in full drag, went to the gig. That's just life. And people need to make sure they do school first, whatever you're training, or if you're training, you're doing a trade, or you're just learning a language or whatever. That drag will be there. But you really gotta work on your mind first. That's so
Yes.
important. Maybe some people will disagree with me, and some people maybe what I've said is gonna hurt them, but it's the truth. Like
Mm-hmm.
you matter more, your development in life matters more than drag, and
Yeah.
especially when it comes to school because shoot, school's expensive. I have student debt. I don't know about you, but I have student debt, and I know a bunch listeners here have student debt. We all have it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's an investment for us. It's
Right.
how we will, hopefully get benefits and retire, you
Yes.
know, if that's going to be a thing,
Maybe.
you know,
Maybe.
we could try. We could try our best. Maybe Social Security will be there for us. Because I pay a lot of money into it apparently. And it's like that has to come first.
Yeah.
Your development is so important and so special to you. And I think people should take that seriously more than drag, because drag will be there. Like
Exactly.
I've had to be like, hey, like I can't take this gig. It's midterms week. I really got to focus. Or like I had a gig or I had to cancel because I had a 3-hour class that night, you
Oh yeah.
know? Yeah, and it's like, I'm sorry, like I just can't make it in time and be there by call time and do the best of my ability because I have a finance class. That's one day a week and it's 3 hours long.
That's yeah. I'm in grad school right now, and most of the classes are like that, where it's one night a week. It's like 6 to 9 p.m. and it's 3 hours. And it's like, and do you know what I do when I have a gig? I go eat mug.
Bitch, you're fierce.
Well,
Oh
okay. I'm also
my
I'm
God, you're
also
everything to me.
I'm also thank you. I'm also a creative writing student, so like they think it's cool. Like
Okay.
I'm with a bunch of
Okay,
like
fair.
English majors and half of them are gay. Like it's fine. But
Everyone's gay. No, see, I'm going, see, that class I would have had. So if I did go in mug, I would be dressed as me, which if you're listening, you probably know who I am.
mhm,
So you know what my face looks like
mhm,
in drag. I'm going to a finance class with a bunch of frat guys
mhm.
and and I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
to do that
So
because
I
that also means I'm in mug for 3 hours before the gig.
yeah, yeah, no.
Eek,
Yeah, so I am not any
that's so
fiercer than you
fierce.
really. I'm just
No,
I'm just in
you
a
are
braver
fierce for
situation.
that.
I'm in a
No,
less scary situation.
no, you're so fierce. I don't think you're so like that is the most fierce thing I've ever heard. Like going to class and drag, that's so cut. Like that's so everything. But no, I like seriously just do your schoolwork first. Like
Mhm.
your classes are way more important than getting like $4
Yeah,
at the gig in
literally.
tips. You know what I mean? Like because here's the thing, as much drag as you do, that's not paying off your school.
Nope.
Love and light.
Nope.
Like no, like I am thousands of dollars in debt. You think a booking fee and some tips is gonna cover the price of a class alone? I think it was like 40 something dollars per class. If you
Yeah.
go like each week, each time you take the class.
Yeah.
40, I'm making base pay for a lot of places $50. I'm gaining $2 by missing my class.
Yeah.
not worth it because I had spent $2 in gas to get
Yeah,
there.
that's the thing. Like you
You
have to
know,
pay your transportation, you have to like prorate with the cost of your makeup, the cost of your labor and like making
yeah,
that cost like yeah, it's a whole thing. Wow.
it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. So it's just like it's crazy, and I just simply am like, what is like the opportunity cost is not there.
No.
It's not there at all. It's not there. So that's just kind of what I think. And I think that school needs to come first for a lot of people because it's just more important because it's your education.
Yeah. Stay in school.
You know,
Exactly.
say, I would say I would quote Nikki say Barb stay in school, but I'm sick of her right now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so sick of her right now.
Yeah.
Another artist, another damn artist. I'm like, come on,
When
just
all that
let me.
happened, I have to say you were in my thoughts. I was thinking about Himbo every time I heard about Nikki doing something else. I'm like, "Oh."
See, I was like, my thing is like, I want a lot of people to know, like, yeah, it's like I don't, whatever these people want to do with their time, good for you. But I'm like, I have my like one thing I'm never gonna like impose how I feel on other people. Like
Mhm.
I really value that people make their own decisions with anything going on. Politically, socially, I think you need to come up with your own decision. What I say on the internet should not influence you because
Mhm.
you should have your own opinion
Mhm.
because you're on your own human. So when that whole thing was coming out, I'm like, my opinion is going to be very different from other people's, or maybe the same. Because I was
Mhm.
like, girl, this is your target audience is not them.
Mhm.
It's like if I were to go and sell my boas to a frat, who the hell is gonna buy one? Who is selling Nicki Minaj music to conservatives? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Like let's go from a business standpoint. Girl, what the hell are you doing?
That was not a good
Fro-
investment.
Let's do a business. Like, not let's go like the social stuff. Like, let's look at objective stuff because socially, politically, a lot of that is subjective per
Mhm.
people's opinions. There's 1,000 different opinions. I'm not going to influence or anything. Let's go from a business standpoint. Who the hell is buying your music?
Yeah.
Who is
Who's
pro?
doing your makeup
Like
also?
let's like from a business standpoint, what are you doing? And that's objective, so I'll speak on it. But I'm like, what are you, girl? Be
Girl.
so for real. Like it. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. It's like another for me. It's kind of like heartbreaking because it's another artist who I really looked up to, and I think their
Mhm.
art is very good. But it's like as a person, come on, like come on. Not, and I'm not even. I've never defended it because I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, any way you look at it, what are you doing? Probably trying to, free her husband and brother of their crimes. Who knows? Because that's the crowd. I mean, they're all in the same boat with their crimes, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Who
Who
knows?
knows? Not my business because I'm like, I'm no longer a Nikki. The Nikki flag has been taken down. Has been taken
It's the end of an
down,
era.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Jag City is a red state.
Mhm.
It's just how it is, unfortunately. But
Sad.
not my business. I'm not Nikki. I just the music's good, but I can't stand her. That's life.
That's
That's
life.
life.
Exactly.
That's life. But no, like it's just, and unfortunately a lot of stuff I've done a lot of Nikki performances, a lot of like some of my most iconic moments were Nikki, and it's like,
Well,
oops.
I mean, you
Okay.
you will always have that, but yeah.
That bob shaking will always probably that and Fiend are my magnum opus, just like dumb
Yeah.
shit I've done, you know.
Your legacy.
It oh my God. That's insane. But yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. But no, do you have any more questions for me? Like, this
Um,
has been really fun. I just want you
yeah.
to know, like, I've never done a podcast before, and
Oh,
this is like so fun. Like,
I'm so glad. I don't have any more questions prepared, but I always like to ask, is there anything else that you'd like to share? Is there anything that we missed?
anything that we missed? I don't know. I think we've covered a lot of really interesting things. I've said a bunch of like random stuff. So, normal the himbo experience.
Mhm.
I just think like any like parting words I have to say, I think a lot of people just try and be true to yourself and be we want to see you for you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you are what we're buying. I don't want to go, let's go to the himbo show and you're seeing himbo be Marquis Gaylord. It's like, no,
Right.
that's my brother in Christ. Like you need to be yourself, take inspirations from other people, but don't copy and be someone else. We're buying you. Like I showed up
Mhm.
to the function because you're on the flyer, you
Yes.
know? That's I think it's super important and just like treat everyone with kindness and love and treat other people how you want to be treated. You know what I mean? Like I think that's super important. I think a lot of people kind of forget that because a lot of people want to put on this fierce, attitude or because I'm a drag, I can be different. It's like, no, like you still smile, be happy,
Yeah.
take a photo with someone, or, keep your boundaries, like, hey, like I don't want to take a photo right now, or, just be yourself, treat other people the way you want to be treated, and keep your boundaries. I think that's really important a lot for newer people and even people who are still in the scene. Like, just treat everyone with kindness. And if you're gonna vague book, at least tell me who you're talking about, because I don't know who you're talking about. I want to be in on the drama, not in the drama. But I also don't know who you're talking about. I work, I
Yeah.
have a job, so I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's my only advice. If you have drama, say who you're talking about. So I'm in the know. Much appreciated. Love and light. Love himbo. 2026. Let's say names.
Yes.
Let's say names. Oh, let's tag the person too.
Yeah.
Let's just tag them. In any of the dramas I've been in, I've always said names. So that's my advice. That's my parting words.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Himbo. This has been really fun. Thank you for listening to Kings on the Aux. This episode featured Cleveland drag king Himbo and was hosted by Cleveland drag king Caius Crow. You can find Himbo's looks, performance videos, and upcoming show dates on Instagram at HimboClat. That's HIMBO_CLAAT. You can find me on Instagram at Caius Crow. That's CAIUS Crow. Questions, comments, compliments, complaints? Send me a message on Instagram at kingsontheaux or email me at caiuscrow@gmail.com. I'll talk to you soon on our next episode. Thank you for supporting local drag.